All right, welcome back. This is Unit 1, Topic 2, Lesson number 7, Day 7. So we're going to be doing some rotations in this video. Starting off with a warm-up on reflections. Reflection over the x-axis, that will be right here. Two-way, two-way. So there's L prime, and Q prime will end up right here. That's one above. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. There is going to be G prime. Connect these 3 points up, and you got yourself a reflection over the x-axis. Reflection over the y equals 3 would simply be this line. So these are basically just going to flip spots, and there's what your final image ends up looking like. All right, so rotations. In this case, a rotation, so just keep in mind that when we're talking about angle measure, so this is a 120-degree rotation. If I connect A to A prime, it's going to make this angle, and B to B prime, it's going to make the exact same angle, and C to C prime, it's going to be the exact same angle. So this is a 120-degree arc, but so is this, and so is this. Arcs are a measure of direction, so it's change of direction between two rays. It's not a measure of length. So 120 degrees, this arc looks a lot longer than this smaller one, or medium size or smaller one, but that does not mean that it's, it's any bigger just because it's a longer arc. That's not how it's basically just measuring the direction of the ray that it's coming from. All right, so when we have, in this case, we're going to be rotating and turning either clockwise or counter. Now, first of all, clock goes this way, whereas counter would go the opposite direction. So it says rotate point P counterclockwise 90 degrees. So counterclockwise will be this direction. If it's at 0, 4, it's going to end, if it's at 4, 0, it's going to end up at 0, 4. If I go 180 degrees like this, it'll end up at, starting at 0, 3, it'll end up at 0, negative 3, because I've literally turned it around 180 degrees. 270 degrees counterclockwise, so that's that would be 90, then 180, then 270 will end up right there. 270 just means you've gone around 3 of the 4 quadrants. And obviously 360 degrees will be all the way around. The only 3 measures we'll be doing in these videos is 90, 180, and 270. Now, what if we're going clockwise? So this one going clockwise, 0, negative 5, 90 degrees will end up at, it started at negative 5, 0, will end up at 0, 5. 180 degrees clockwise. Now you'll notice that 180 degrees clockwise does the exact same thing as 180 degrees counterclockwise. They're exactly the same. And this goes 90, 180, 270, ends up right there. Now, we will get into rules in the next video, but I'm going to leave that to the next video to go over. Now, for this part, it says 90 degrees counterclockwise, so that means I'm going this direction. So H, which is at 0, 6, will end up at negative 6, 0. And A, which is at 2, 0, will end up at 0, 2. And then this is being rotated around itself, so basically it doesn't move at all. And then it kind of makes sense that 2, 5, which is right here, will end up at negative 5, 2. Now, I'm going to focus on this point because this is kind of the key to the rule here when going 90 degrees counterclockwise. We had a point of x and a y of 2, 5, and then it turned into negative 5, 2, which means the 2 and the 5 switched places, so it became yx, but also the 5, which is the y, changed to the opposite. So the rule is xy turns into negative yx, which is kind of what we're going to do on the next video. And then the last page here says, describe the rotation shown below, be specific. So this is now the point of this is to understand that this is the pre-image, this is the final image. So this is a 90-degree counterclockwise. All right, so it's important when you're writing this, you need to say, what it's doing. So it's rotating, how much is it rotating, and in which direction is it going, and what is it going around? It's going around the origin. It's important to give all of that information. So this one's a 180-degree rotation. It doesn't matter if you go clockwise or counter. 180 will be the same place no matter what, but it's going around the origin. Now, in question 7, it's not going around the origin. It's rotating that amount of degrees around point D, but how many degrees is it going? It's this amount of degrees. So that's basically the angle of rotation, happens to be angle HFG. So the answer I would say here is triangle ABC is rotated around point D, an angle of rotation of angle HFG. All right, and I think that's pretty much going to be it for this video. Thanks again for watching, and we will write rules in the next video.